I do believe they are, and it's partially, maybe wholly due to the fact that they don't have the bonds that the existing brands have from the perspective of 50 years of history of how to treat the guest, of how to interact with the guest, of how to design your hotel. So that's allowing them to really kind of wipe the slate clean and do things from a less traditional standpoint. We're here at Hotel RL, and Hotel RL, you walk out, there's not a huge sign outside showing you it's Hotel RL. Folks are finding it through social media. They're finding it through maps and Google Maps. So there's a different way of interacting than with the guest that I think is exciting and meaningful.
Absolutely. I think for a couple of reasons. The emerging brands are targeting, I think, used to be, I think, more demographic. I think now it's more psychographic. I think also legacy brands probably have a lot more money for production, advertising, event-driven, public relations kind of efforts, as opposed to the quite less expensive social media platforms, which kind of has crossed the line in my mind from a demographic, the younger people, the use of Facebook and other digital and social media mediums, to more of a psychographic, and those even like me who are looking for what's new, what's unique, and what's less cookie cutter.
Social media platforms are indifferent to brands, and I think it's really important for all brands, regardless if they're emergent or traditional, to engage. It's an opportunity to engage with consumers and get more and more ongoing engagement.
Social media is a platform for emerging brands. People are always into new and exciting and different things. So, sure, social media is a catalyst for that. With that said, I still think emerging brands that are folded into a family of brands gives that new customer a greater sense of security based on knowing that they have a comfort level with those brands in the past.
I do think a lot of the emerging brands resonate far better on social media than some of these legacy brands, primarily because if you look at most of the emerging brands, many of them are soft branded, many of them are a part of hotels and portfolios that include really deep found storylines within their communities, and because there is that ability to tell stories, to engage consumers, it does resonate better on social media. And in addition to that, it seems like all of the emerging brands are capturing some clientele that in themselves are more active users of social media as well, so that probably helps that correlation to some degree as well.
I think they are. I'm not sure we've reached a tipping point, so to speak. Millennials obviously are gravitating towards stylized hotels. They want to share their experiences on social media, whether it's pictures or what have you. And I think that you're seeing that trend big time. On the other hand, there are a lot of traditional hotels in great locations, be they resorts or commercial hotels, where there's a lot of activity around them. And so therefore, people do share with social media, as the hotels do themselves now.
So short answer is yes. I think they are hitting a nerve or hitting some white space that is really identifying and aligning with today's traveling consumer. To that point, though, I also think that the legacy brands are seeing that and they are adapting. I think if you look at the legacy brands of today and you compare them to their counterparts of 10, 8, even 5 years ago, there's been a lot of modification to make them look and feel more like an emerging brand. More experiential, more of a emotional buy, if you will, as opposed to the cookie cutter room and lobby. So I think that those legacy brands have really adapted well over the past 5.5, 6, 7 years.